What's up guys, Xantos here, and I'm back with another Expert Rift recap video. Today we'll be covering week 13, and of course running from Realm 1 to 7, battling all the Rift bosses, getting down to the nitty gritty, and seeing what type of awesome rewards we can get. Now, with the success of last week's video, it did pretty good on the channel. We're going to be doing the same thing as last week, just showing our strategies, but I've actually sped up the footage by 150% so that things can just go a little bit quicker. The entirety of the video, I believe I've managed to get it into a half hour's time, so if you're willing to tune in for a half hour, you'll be able to see all of our coverage of Expert this week. Now, I also show that I got fairly stifled at some point this week, and I'll let the video play and let you watch and see at what point I really got jammed up at, but I ate my words from last week's video, I will say that much. Now, starting things off, we ran all the way to Realm 3 to start things. We were taking Krenon at, I believe, 405 threat, so we were able to smash through him still pretty good. But we were getting 10 boss drop rewards, so tuning in here, let's see what we got. You can see my feet are maxed out, unfortunately, right now. Mega Hero Core, Prime Vulcanite, Regen Rush, Mega Hero Core, Acid Blade, Exposed Strike, 31k Mythic Essence, 20 shards for Hearn, very welcome, Mega Hero Core, and 44k Mythic Essence. Now, a big thing that we're going to be focusing in today's video is just how amazing Expert Rift can be for Mythic Essence. Starting things off this week, I went into Expert Rift with 28k Mythic Essence sitting in the bank. Now, after we finish all of the bosses this week, we're going to tune into the Distillery and just see how much Mythic Essence we gained, and how much Mythic Essence we're actually gaining now, because we're past the point of needing cores for our gauntlets anymore. So any core drops that you're seeing now that are coming in can essentially go straight to the Distillery, and you're going to see just how much you can bank once you max out all your gauntlets. Now, we bopped up to Realm 4 as our second fight in the Rift this week. In all honesty, we probably could have held on to this fight for a little bit longer, waited to raise our threat, but I was just kind of plowing through the Rift at the time, so I took him on. I think we get 11 boss drop rewards from this fight, not 100%, but we do get some fairly good rewards, I think, as well. Smashing and mashing. Blitzing through, no problems. You can see we're pretty comfortable. 885 to the set, leveling up our gear. Fury Rush Charm, Burning Chain. 20 shards for Vordry, goes to Unique Dust. 32k Mythic Essence, Acid Swipe. Mega Strength, 45k Mythic Essence, Stun Resist. 2 Poison Chain, Legendary Charm. Mega Strength, Burn Defense. Nice little bundle of charms, and again, as I was saying before, you can see that you're getting a ton of Mythic Essence from these bosses in the Rift. Now, we managed to get up to 535 threat at this point, so I decided to bounce back to Realm 1 and take on this guy. We have Hearn, who we've taken to 60, and we know that this boss is vulnerable to poison, so in all honesty, I just wanted to mess around with Hearn a little bit in Expert Rift. Haven't used him too much against bosses, and now that he's 60, I feel like he's ready. And you'll see, he smashes pretty well. Exposing the field. Brutus Base, full rage. Getting those gains, protect, regenerate. Stun on ultimate attack with our hammer comes very handy. And we're into that boss floor with full rage and both of our hero powers. Knowing that he is vulnerable to the poison, we're just going to stack up as much poison as we can with Hearn's Dark Portal. doing a good chunk of damage to the field as well. Brutus base, full rage, get that double stack on. And as you can see here, we're getting a very nice, let the field attack first, I'm getting ahead of myself. 24k damage, 49k damage on the boss because he's weak to poison. Just shredding through them. Why not throw one more? Wrap things up nice and quick. Ended up with 953 experience to the gear. Freezing strike, stun resist, Mega Knight Core, protect rush, critical swipe, 40k mythic essence, 2 orpiment, Mega Knight Core, 49k mythic essence, 2 orpiment, 34k mythic essence. Nice chunk of stuff there. Bouncing into the Realm 2 boss, you can get some really good rewards from this guy. Take a quick peek at them there. We're taking him on with 14 if we could defeat. Rolling with the Brutus and Grim combo. In all honesty, in next week's video, if this guy's in Expert Rift again, I'm gonna attempt to take him on with Erickson instead of Grim next time. This guy is, I feel like he can be pretty dangerous at higher threats though, so I was cautious, attempting to utilize the protect and weaken method. Works really good for just nullifying the damage completely if you can actually land the weaken, which we didn't there. Grim is phenomenal for the rage gains, or for the weaken and health gains as well. Brutus is phenomenal for the rage gains. Just a really good combo. In all honesty, I've been rolling with 190% mage power and a 60% boost to alchemist power. I've been considering whittling out another 2 of my legendary mage charms and putting in another 2 alchemists so that I could have it would be 150% mage power and 100% alchemist power. Something I'm really considering doing, but I just haven't been able to commit enough yet. In a lot of higher threat situations though, I find that I'm rolling with alchemist quite a bit. As for mage, I definitely use Petra quite a bit against war beasts, but yeah, it's a bit up and down with it. Slamming through this field here, trying to do a ton of damage with Brutus's bombardment, exposing the field. These guys just have so much health and armor at higher threat. It's insane. At level 62 as well, you're fighting them at full tilt. Definitely can get difficult. Trying to get some of that health back. 60k, only a single enemy. I find Grim's Rage works much better on a full field of enemies. You definitely get a lot more back. This is me considering what I want to do. Rolling into the next round. Opt to use that recovery pot before going in. We don't have Grim's base power, but we do have Brutus and full rage. This gives us the ability to land the expose right away. Nice chunk of damage on all of the enemies. Brutus base again, and then apply the weaken as well. Now, we know that this boss is weak to freeze, so we're going to use that haste pot so that we can get that extra action in. That gives us Grim's base power. We go for the freeze, but unfortunately we don't land it because it's at extremely high threat right now. Going for another bombardment, dealing a ton of damage to the field, trying to get that slicer out of the way. Now the big goblin boy rips off all of our buffs that we have active whenever he touches us. So we're going for that freeze. We managed to land it this time. Getting some health back with Grim, Sap Life. Nice 84k back to the health. A couple more smashes with the hammer. We managed to deal with the first slicer. Going for the freeze. Doesn't land, no stress. Get those buffs back on. And get the exposure so that we can deal that extra 35% damage. Big 100k crit, so nice. Another big bombardment because he just put that protect on. Expose him back up so that we can deal the extra damage. Boomba! Realm 2 complete. 960. Absolutely beautiful. Got 2 Mega Strength Cores, 2 Mega Strength Cores, 20 Shards for Vordra, Unique Dust, 2 Super Speed Cores, 48k Mythic Essence, 2 Mega Strength Cores, 2 Mage Power Charms, another 20 Shards for Vordra. We got Legendary Arms, 2 Mega Strength Cores, 10 Shards for Astara, 2 Super Status Cores, 2 Super Strength Cores, 2 Mega Strength Cores. Not bad, not bad. As I said, the cores can get quickly distilled at the distillery for a nice boost to Mythic Essence as well. Taking on this boss again at 545 threat, Infernalis. So again, we decided to stretch legs with Hearn at level 60. Not too worried with these militia enemies. They don't really deal all that much damage. Going for the expose. They are resistant to expose, keep that in mind. You can see this front one doesn't get exposed. The one on the left does though, so with a couple smashes, managed to wrap him up quick and then deal the extra damage to the other one. Going into the next room with full rage and brute of space power. That gives us the ability to stack on. Hearn's Dark Portal, first stack of poison. And with the secondary Dark Portal, we wrap that up nice and quick. 968 experience, and as you can see, actually, my hammer this week took the jump into the triple digits. I actually got my hammer nice and bounced up there. Oops, I'm not saying 40k Mythic Essence, Mega Knight. Sorry, I'm missing the rewards here. 36. You can see we get a bunch of Mythic Essence. 49k, it's crazy. Burning Strike Charm. Sorry, I missed reading out some of the rewards there. But now, Realm 6. I talked my shit last week. And I said that he was one of my preferred bosses in Expert Rift. Now, when I got to him at this point, I was at about 600 threat, and I got absolutely floored by him. The archers and him just completely destroyed me. You can see the archers hitting me. He was exposing me with just a base attack, then the archers were hitting me for 156k to direct health. It was absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie to you here. This boss ran me for 5 maps this week. He took all 3 of the maps that they provide to you for the week, and I had to spend 200 gems on him as well. I lost a ton of my threat. The only way that I was able to take him on, in all honesty, was by losing so many times and dropping the threat. And I noticed something. I've been relying so much on my hammer because it's at 100 RP, and I've somewhat neglected my sword. My sword is only at 72 RP right now. The difference of 30 RP is huge, and because of that, I've been unable to land stun with it. I have 2 ultimate, 2 50% chances to stun on ultimate, making a 100% chance to stun on ult in my sword. And even with that, at the extended threat, I was unable to stun this guy. They were just absolutely way too strong. I was getting floored so many times, but our successful run that we got against him was using Brutus and Grim yet again. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I've been using Alchemist class just so much at these higher threat situations, which is making me consider maybe using them, maybe increasing them a little bit more with my gear. It's hard to decide. I know once my RP gets a little bit higher, I should be okay rolling with my mage power currently. But at the same time, I've been really enjoying just experimenting with different stuff. You can see we're just trying to maintain that protect and weaken on the field. It makes it so that these golem archers can't deal as much damage to us. Now, with our sword, we know that we can stun on ultimate. So if we can deal with these two archers, which is extremely difficult to do, then we should be able to just stun them out. This is me realizing that it needs to get done quicker. Have to maintain the weaken and protect method. Make sure that they don't deal as much damage. I know if I can take out the one though, things should be pretty comfy. As long as he doesn't get his doom power on us, we should be good. But he does land the doom, unfortunately, and we have to fight through it. Healing up as much as we can. 85k back to the health. Protecting up. Now, with needing to stun on ultimate attack, we know that if we have to crack his heal, then that will break the chain of 4 attacks. Pretty screwed. But we also know we have to do it in this situation or we're gonna die. Landing the weaken again. Huge for this. Manages to take out the secondary archer. Going for the stun method from this point on. I knew if I could just continuously stun him out here, that's how we could run it. Now, this method works with my RP within the range of stun, but once it gets to the higher threats, this guy can actually definitely be a problem. I had mentioned earlier in the week that, or in last week's video, that he wasn't too bad, but yeah, if he's chalked up on realm 6 or a realm 7, then he can definitely pose a threat to you. He ran me this week. I always find there's one boss in Expert Rift each week that really runs me, and he definitely took a good chunk out of me. You can see though, the stun method works at 100% when you're, I'm not 100% when I took this fight on for the RP. I started recording it a little bit late. I was frustrated. This guy just kept kicking my ass. You saw in that little bit of footage, just exposing me with his base attack and then having those two archers just tee off. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sure how we're gonna be able to take that on in future fights. I'm thinking possibly Erickson attempting to just freeze the field consistently. That might be the method. Not 100% though. And yeah, with that, we managed to take him down. Only 878 experience to our stuff. You can see our RP had gone way down. We only got 12 here as well. 4 Prime Vulcanite, Superhero Cores, Swipe, Prime Vulcanite, Charm Spanners, Tuning Forks, Mega Hero Core, Acid Damage, another 20 shards for Hearn, and 2 Super Knight Cores. Alright, now we worked our way to Realm 7, and we had taken a bunch of losses, so we were taking on the Realm 7 boss at 520 threat. We don't want to push things too much. Honestly, after getting spanked by the Realm 6 boss so many times, I had somewhat learned my lesson and realized that maybe hitting those plus 30 nodes in the rift that raise your threat by 30 might not be a very good idea to touch too many times. Definitely still have a bit of grinding to do with our gear in order to comfortably take on all 7 realms and get those juicy rewards. But as I say at the end of all of my videos, you know, I'm staying grinding, staying dedicated in game. We definitely have a bunch of content here and a bunch of different ways that we could explore these bosses and alternate routes. I've actually been speaking with an extremely strong hunter build within my guild, as well as an extremely strong alchemist build within my guild, and they've just been talking about their different methods that they've been using in Expert Rift, and they've been mentioning that they're willing to share some footage as well, so we might actually see some footage from alternate nights on the channel here pretty soon too. I think that would be pretty cool. There's also been suggestions for me to change up some things in future videos, which I am planning to implement. We got a lot of wasted space on the screen, in all honesty. Like in today's video, you can see we have the knight cheersing on the side, which is all cool and that, but I'm thinking in future videos I'm actually going to put my gear and weapon on the side so that you can see what it's attuned to, as well as what charms that I'm using and stuff like that. I feel like that would be beneficial to a lot of people instead of just the small screen and a little picture in the background. So yeah, definitely planning on evolving the videos a little bit more for everyone's enjoyment and to make it a little bit more educational for everyone as well. Still in floor 1 right now. These things are very chunky. You have to maintain this method here. Our weapon, we went with an attunement of Demon and Golem for this fight, and as well our gear has 3 attunements to Golem, as well as 2 attunements to Demon. Smashing through into round 2. Now, whenever this guy gets hit with a negative status effect, it actually gives him full rage. Now, knowing this, we're just gonna attempt to apply Weaken and Expose at the same time. Again, trying to just maintain that 0 damage from all the Golem enemies, and then hopefully doing a good chunk of damage to him once it's all cleared up. Now you can see all of the enemies on the field are also poisoned right now. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's how this guy's actually supposed to be working, but a little bit confusing. I don't know why he's poisoning everything, but hey, we'll take it. The golems are resistant to poison. It doesn't do all that much damage to them. Smashing and mashing, attempting to deal with the golems. Not getting that freeze whatsoever. Saving our Brutus base for the last action so that we can put that protect on ourselves again. Throwing at the Weaken when we have to, and then just attempting to blitz with our hammer. You can see we get some nice 65k crits in there. Fury on Chain Start gives us 97k. Throw the Protect at the end. Not too stressful. Not that bad. I can definitely see this being much harder at a higher threat. But right now we're trying to keep things reasonable. You can see I didn't throw Brutus's Protect at the end there. I paid for it. For it with half my health as well. So things can definitely get dangerous very quickly. Throw an Expose here to wrap things up. We dealt with the boss. Big 101k crit to finish things off in Expert Rift this week. 930 to the experience, and we actually managed to get our hammer all the way to 102. 2 super speed cores, 2 exposed chance cores, 2 Mega Knight cores, Mega Knight core, super strength, exposed chance, super speed, Mega Knight, Orpiment, Mega Knight, super status. It's hard to read them that fast. I might have to slow it down a little bit. Alright, as I mentioned, we're going to be hopping into the still here. We started this week with 280k Mythic Essence. We're finishing this week with 895k Mythic Essence. As well, throughout our Rift run, we managed to snag a unique minion duplicate, which gives us 160 minion food, 25k Mythic Essence pretty much. Just using all of our minion food because we don't really use that anywhere else. So it's pretty much just insta Mythic Essence for us. Now, along with that, I was mentioning, with all of our gauntlets past the point of needing blue and purple cores, we could essentially distill all of these and be completely fine. Now, I'm going to go through and only distill about 30 of each, but you can see by distilling 30, you're getting a nice 45k Mythic Essence. We did 31 there. Each one is worth 15, as you can see. A single core worth 15 is pretty nice. 30 of them, 45k. You can see we're just huge jumps to our Mythic Essence, and just going to give us the availability to do so much with our heroes or our Mythic sets, and just continue to grow them even further. I'm holding on to some because you never know what Madoki's going to do. Who knows? Maybe they'll introduce new gauntlets in the future and we might need cores again. But currently, right now, we're not really in need of them too much, so we can just go straight to that Mythic Essence. You can see we managed to get over 1 million Mythic Essence. Absolutely crazy. Really happy with the response that we're getting from last week's video. I hope that this week's video gets good retention as well, and really hope that you guys are enjoying the stuff here. As always, stay grinding.